think you're terrified of being weak and helpless once again. My shell of strength has been cracked.
What's happening, YouTube? Today, I'm here to present you the S.H Figuarts Jiren figure, final battle version. And before we even get into the review, I have to say there's a decent amount of stuff to talk about, and definitely a lot of stuff to talk about with this figure and reference to other figures in the line. So without further ado, let's just start off with the overall aesthetic.
Up top, solid. Now again, rock hard. Didn't work on his legs that much.
Starting with the head. Well, overall aesthetic, the paint is excellent. The way the figure is done overall is excellent. Now, why do I say that? First of all, if you watched any of my reviews before, shameless plug, go check those reviews out. One thing I really don't like is when they make figures super shiny or glossy, because I think it cheapens the look of the figure. And this figure has almost none of that. It's all matte, which I think makes this figure really feel premium. It feels like an adult collectible, like something you're proud of to have on your shelf. And this embodies that perfectly, almost perfectly. We're gonna get to the part that's not so good when we get as we start going through the articulation. But yeah, this guy, the finish on this guy is great. The paint is great. The paint on his skin tones, where he have the pale gray skin tone, or his, that base coat, and then we have like these darker darker grays that make the muscle, the sculpt that's already great, pop even more. And I think this wouldn't have worked nearly as well with a more glossy finish to it. But with that being said, I would say overall aesthetic of the figure is 9 out of 10. I can't lie. So let's get into articulation. Starting with the articulation. My man Jiren, he can look up. He can look down, put his chin into his chest. Oh, hot head popped off. Hold on. All right. Side to side movement. Head turn 360 if you, for whatever reason, you wanted to do that. Overall, that is excellent. Can't ask for much more. Couldn't ask for much more in regards to that. Now, in terms of his arms, he has a butterfly joint, which works great. Only thing is, it's a little ugly. If you're trying to do some type of photography from the back, yeah, you get that gapping. But that's the nature of the butterfly joint in general. Like, it's not much of a way to avoid that. Now, in terms of, and sometimes, one thing I will say about the butterfly joint, it can get stuck sometimes. So, watch out for that. It's not a big deal, but something to note. Arm can go 360 if you wanted to. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow. Wrist swivel. Wrist hinge. Going on to the torso. You can crunch that far forward, which isn't too bad. And he can lean back really well. They've gotten the lean back game down pat with this S.H Figuarts line. I think they really need to work on overall is the leaning forward. But one thing I will say about the torso, you see this right here? He kind of floppy. Not the best, but not a deal breaker, because that's really the only part of the figure I would say is like that. For legs, let's see. Splits is almost perfect split. It's not quite perfect, but that's really good. It's a cut right here for the joint, but I haven't. All right. Oh, okay. Mine was just stuck. Yeah. So upper thigh swivel. Mine was stuck. Double jointed knee. And now this is the glossy. This is the one little flaw I referenced earlier. The shiny knees. I don't know why the knees come out shiny. This was a problem on both of the Broly figures. I'm not sure why they make the knees shiny. Maybe they use a different plastic, but why do they use a different plastic? I don't know. But yeah, that's not the best. I think it wasn't as apparent on the Broly figures, so I would forget to mention it. But go check out those reviews, by the way. Shameless plug. Ankle rocker works wonderfully. Toe hinge, if you need it. Overall, the figure, the overall aesthetic, the overall articulation for this figure. Oh yeah, I always forget. Bringing the legs back about that much. Doesn't go back that far. Overall, I would say, oh yeah, and tilting. Tilting isn't too bad either. It's okay. Overall, for the articulation, they need to work on that forward crunch movement. What else? You know, they can't bring the legs back because the buns is in the way. Overall, I would say 8.5 out of 10. It's actually pretty damn good. You know, I can't lie. But without further ado, now that that's done, we're going to go over the accessories. So I'll see you in a second. And now for accessories. We're going to start off with the heads. Get this one mean mugging face, or head rather. You get a I'm screaming my fucking ass off face. You get a gritting teeth face. And last but not least, you get a we all been here before. You get a I need to close my eyes so I can concentrate on taking this shit face. Overall, good amount of heads. One thing I would have liked to see with the heads though is a face where he has a smirk. A smirking face. I post a picture of it. But of what the reference I'm talking about. But in the final fight he had this his grin on his face right before he fought with Android 17, Frieza, and Goku. I think that would have been better to add rather than because he has like 4 different mean faces. So it would have been nice to have that smirking face. Is what I'm trying to say. He comes with 2 of these open palm blast hands. Okay. As I was saying, get 2 of those and 2 grabby hands and of course the 2 fist hands that come on him in the packaging. Oh snap! He also comes with a little orange energy ball effect. But where is it? I think I forgot to bring it. Wait, hold on. As I was saying, he comes with, this is the last thing he comes with. Little energy ball effect. It looks like a fireball. I don't think it's as red as it should be. I remember in the show it was a bit more red. But maybe I'm remembering slightly wrong. Maybe it did have an orange hue to it. Either way, overall, this figure, I think it's like I can say with some confidence, a 9 out of 10. Like I think there's a sleeper figure. I think the fact that it came out and so close in reference to the other Jiren, which we have right here. It came out in such close proximity in terms of release date to this Jiren that maybe people didn't really feel like, getting it. Especially since I don't know how much did y'all, if you come across this video, how much did y'all like Jiren? Because I feel like sometimes he's a And I'm doing a couple size comparisons as I say this, but how much did y'all like Jiren? I think he was a solid character before he really started talking a lot. And then he just was just whatever. I think he lost a little bit of cool factor. I liked it when he didn't talk very much, but there you can see his height, about 6.5 inches tall. With that being said, overall, I think this is, like I said, 9 out of 10. If I could add anything, I'd give him the smirking face. This is like a dark horse figure. Like, I don't hear people praise this figure a lot. But then again, I don't know. I haven't really looked up a lot of reviews on Jiren. You know, this version of Jiren. So, maybe it's more praised than I think. Anyways, with that being said, have a blessed day. The reverse flow out.